So I started to post the Kevin McCall video right before this stitch, but obviously it's never okay to exploit someone having an emotional meltdown, especially a black man, especially considering the times they were in right now. It just wasn't cool. I don't condone it. I thought it was really distasteful. And y'all have to be careful about going on these platforms and airing out things that you're going through without controlling your emotions or knowing how to control your emotions, because you will get exploited. And the problem is still going to be there. Now, as it pertains to royalties, because that's what I do. My name's Tami LaTrell. I am a music publishing administrator, and I represent hundreds of writers all over the world to help collect their royalties that are unclaimed. It looks like Kevin still may be locked into a publishing deal and not getting paid his royalties. Now, what does that mean? It could mean that he is still in a co-pub deal with Universal Music Publishing Group, and maybe they have advanced him a large sum of money in the past, and that advance is still recouping on the royalties that are coming in now years later. It does happen. Quiet as it's kept, I was signed to a music publishing deal, a major music publishing deal. I signed the deal in 2002, 2003. I didn't recoup that deal till 2019, okay? Because of the MDRC requirements and so forth, you can be locked into a co-publishing deal for a very long time, which is why so many people are running for the hills when you say a co-pub deal, and a lot of people are signing admin deals. So there are so many things that could be going on with his case. I was able to look at the splits, but it looks like this is clearly something that has to do with money being owed. Otherwise, when you have finished recouping, the money comes back to you, directly to you, minus, their admin fee, if they charge an admin fee within the stipulations of your deal. So this is a conversation that Kevin needs to be having with an attorney. He needs to be having with the admin like myself, or he needs to be having with a manager who understands the recoupment of publishing deals. This is not something where he needs to be going online, because I guarantee you the people he was sitting there talking to about this on this podcast have no clue on what's going on behind the scenes and cannot do anything about it. Another thing I thought about too is that he possibly could have sold off his catalog. And, while I don't ever recommend that, sometimes people have to do what they have to do as a means of survival, okay? And we are in no way, ever talking down on somebody else feeling like this is what they need to do for their catalog. I don't recommend it. There's so many other ways to be able to leverage your catalog without selling your rights fully. And there's just so many opportunities out there these days where you could, still be able to retain your rights, but be able to get a little cash, to be able to survive or to just kind of make it through, keep yourself afloat. There also could be a situation where it's just a lack of communication. He moved, didn't contact the publisher. Royalties are recouped, but the advance is recouped, but there's nowhere to send the money because the direct deposit doesn't work and they haven't been able to get in touch with him. Maybe his account closed down. So it's just so many things. But that's why it's so important to have people around you that you can talk to that, understand music rights administration, that will go to bat for you and find out what's going on with your money. Now, I don't know the situation again, but I know that the whole idea of selling off your catalog or losing your rights could be detrimental in the long run, when publishing is supposed to take care of not only you, but also your children and your children's children. Instead of us laughing and trolling at this situation, let this be a lesson that it is so vitally important for you guys to mind the business that pays you. That is my favorite quote. I don't know who came up with it, but I always say it because it is so true. Out of all the creativity that you do, there's a whole business engine that runs behind the scenes that nobody talks about. It's not the sexiest part. Okay, it's not glitz and glammy, but guess what? It gets you paid and it allows you to be able to take care of yourself and take care of your family. So let this be a reminder that we have to do better when it comes down to managing our rights or hiring a team of people who can do that for us if we don't have, the wherewithal to do it. My company is a full service music administration company. We've been helping songwriters and producers over the last 7 years be able to collect unclaimed money that they didn't even know they had. And so I just want to encourage you guys to use this as a way to, say, I got to do better. And I got to hire a team that's going to help manage my royalties because I don't have time. I'm always on the road. I'm always on the go. I get it. But as long as you have a team that's handling all of that stuff behind the scenes, I'm telling you, it will help you sleep better at night, knowing that all the songs that you've been in the studio late night writing, all the songs you've been producing is not, going in vain. You're actually getting paid for it, especially if it's doing well on the charts, especially if it's streaming well, it's being played on the radio. That's additional revenue, additional money on the publishing side that you could have. And so, like I said, we don't know his case, but let this be a lesson that we learn from, okay? So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Also, follow the Mezzo Agency across social media. We'll be happy to help. If you have any questions, you can always email us at info@mezzoagency.com. Peace.